Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out Twice's One Spark, and I'm so excited for this because I Got You is, I don't know, it put me through like a whole experience. I know that they're fantastic. I know they're incredible vocalists. I know they're great performers. Something about that song just like, I don't know, it did something for me, you know, like it's one of my favorite songs now by them, and I have no idea what One Spark is going to be. I haven't heard anything from it, surprisingly, so I don't know. Is this gonna break my heart? Is it gonna be a bop? Is it gonna make me question whether or not I'm anywhere close to narrowing down who my bias line is gonna be? I don't know, which is part of the fun. So we're gonna be checking out a lyric video first, so I can just hear the song, I can check out the lyrics, I can be overwhelmed by how talented they are, and then we will check out the MV. So let's get to the song. I have not heard a single note of this, so I am so excited about what the song is going to be. Ooh, guitar. Ooh, love little flip up there. Okay, this is a bop. This is way more upbeat, almost like a summer bop, which I kind of need right now. We are so close to being into nice weather, but because it's Canada, I don't trust it to stay that way. Every once in a while to be mild, and I'm like, I don't trust you to actually stay nice and be spring weather consistently. I'm still waiting for winter to rear its ugly head one more time. So getting a summer bop, yes please. Love how upbeat the guitar is. Love these little flip ups that they're doing into these falsettos with their voices. So good. Love the layered vocals in the back too. Oh, Mina. Oh, I love the cadence. Okay, I know we're about to drop, but I love the cadence of Mina's part. Her voice is so beautiful. I know I'm like, will this make me question if I've somewhat narrowed my bias line? Mina's gotta be there. There's just something about Mina. Her personality, her voice, she's so beautiful. What's that about? She doesn't have to be that beautiful all the time. Anyway, love the cadence that she had there. Love Momo with that vocal fry that she was putting in at the end of her phrases. Super fun. And then Dio just going full powerhouse at the end there before the drop. Yes, please. This song is so cool with all the little synths and things in it. It has this forward momentum in it, and I love that going with like Spark, because Spark, I think of a sparkler for celebration, so it has this upbeat but tons of energy to it. So like using that image to put into the sonic part of the song, making the song kind of mimic what I think of with like sparks and stuff like that. And I love the idea of one spark, even where it's even one spark is enough to sustain that momentum, because one spark means that there's a potential for a whole flame, a whole fire to start from that one point. So I love the idea of it being this, even if there's that one little bit of hope left, we're going to figure this out. Like, we're going to sustain ourselves. We're going to get to the other side of whatever hardships we have to face, and even keep me warm with all your energy. Love that image. I love them so much. It's bad. The percussion. I don't know what sample they're using, but Oh my gosh. Okay, I love all of the synths there. It's almost like moving between the mixing from like one side to the other. I also love the idea of how you make the pain so perfect. Again, like spark. If you touch the spark, it burns. It's like it has this, it's the start of a flame, right? So there is this pain or negativity to holding on to that spark, but at the same time, holding on to it again is that spark that it can ignite all these other things, right? So you want to hold on to it. So it's that juxtaposition of pain of them struggling and going through things, and then also needing that one thing to keep them going. And I know from I Got You, it had a lot to do with them relying on each other and knowing that they always have each other's back and being this whole unit with all of them being able to support each other. And I feel like it's a very similar thing. My favorite person of saying that as long as they have each other, they have at least that one spark to help them through those moments, even though at the same time it can be a source of things that they struggle with, I'm sure, because being twice, being idols, being as successful as they are comes with its own downfalls, comes with its own negativities that come with all of the wonderful things that also come with that success. I know that they've struggled. I know that they've gone through things and members have had to go on hiatus. There's definitely some negativity and some pains that come with that notoriety, but they still have each other, and that's what makes it all worth it and sustainable and helps them keep going. And I love how upbeat and all these layers of synths, and there's so much forward momentum in the production. And I love how they're putting in these wonderful flip ups in all their voices. Like they're all consistently doing it, even though they all have very distinct tones to their voices. Maybe that's just because I'm getting used to hearing their voices now, but they're all kind of adding in this swing up into their voices, which I think also really fits with this narrative of eventually getting past something and rising higher than you were before. Literally putting that flip up into their voices is really cool. I love the percussion in this too. The percussion. Okay, not to interrupt, but I love we're talking about coral and water, so countering the fire imagery with water imagery is really cool. Those two opposites with each other, but natural elements. And I think also being one of the natural elements fits with this idea of fate or it being natural that they are together or are able to support each other. Also, Tsui's voice, beautiful, gorgeous here. There's so many cool percussion parts in this that I love. Ding Nayeon. I need Dahyun to not do that. I need her to not be like that. I need her to not just like come up like a little bit. I'm still waiting for her to fully do her part. And Chaeyoung, I just like, noticed in the last, I was like, we haven't gotten Chaeyoung yet. And I know that they're gonna come for me. But I need her to not just like, come in and just be like baby and then like dip out. I need her to not do that to me, especially when Nayeon's singing like that right before. Okay, just personal preference. Thank you. There's a layered vocal there. She sounds gorgeous too. Ooh. Oh, they sound so good. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't reading any lyrics, so I just realized I was distracted by how gorgeous their voices sound. So light and floating above all of this percussion, like production. They sound so good. I love her fantasies become promise. Oh, the no sundown. Oh my gosh, I love Taehyung's delivery there, like the way that she was playing with her voice. So good. I love a bunch of the imagery in this. There's no sundown, so there's never going to be a point where they go back to the darkness, I guess. There's not going to be an end to it, too. Sundown is at the end of the day, at the end of a cycle, so they're saying like that's not going to happen. It's going to be this continuous thing that they continue to have in their lives. I love the imagery in it. I love how they're passing off the lines almost like halfway through. They're passing it off to someone else. It's making them feel really cohesive. Same thing with I was saying when they were following very similar ways of using their voices, them all flipping up into that falsetto in a very similar way, even though the natural tone of their voices is different. It's again making them seem like this cohesive whole between them, even though I know that they have different ways that they to naturally use their voices and sing, but they're deliberately making sure that they line up with a lot of that. It's not just singing the same melody, it's making sure they approach the way that they're singing in a very similar method because they want to have it all connect together. I love the way that they really fit together, but Taehyung's voice here is so good. I'm sad she's gonna have like a full part though. Ooh, the ad-lib. The build-up's happening though. Oh, I love that drop you have the ooze with the layered vocals in the back. That's so good. Oh, I got actual chills there. I got like a major chills and I got you. So like that's kind of coming off of, but like the way that they pulled literally everything out and it was just Nayeon's voice. I love that so much. The impact of having that. And I'm just thinking performing this live where like you have to pull that off. I know that Nayeon can do it. Like she's a phenomenal vocalist, but that's still a challenge. And the impact of it is so good because you have so much of a build up at the end of a song, right? Where you have all the elements coming together and building on top of each other because you're building up the momentum up and up, making the energy ramp up throughout the song, and then having all the production come out, but she's approaching the vocal as if she's still competing with that production. Oh, I love that so much. I feel like the MV for this is going to be so much fun. Maybe Famous Last Words because they can't get me with their MVs. Oh, the choreo is probably so good too because there's such a good percussion section to the song and there's so much momentum to it. And I really want them to play with having formations where they're really like playing off of each other and they feel more like a cohesive whole, because I feel like sometimes with dance formations with the whole group, there's certain formations that they're like kind of moving in and out of, but they're all kind of doing the same moves but very much separate from each other. And I really hope that the choreo for this has them more interacting between each other and showing that cohesiveness that I feel like they have with the way that they're like arranging the vocals. Oh, I want to see the MV so much. I bet it's so good. Okay, let's go watch it. Okay, I don't know why we're starting with an elevator. Love the bright stockings with the very like stark coloring. Oh, look at their outfits. The red with the black, so like the red accents on it. Look at them. You don't need to look like that, man. Okay, I feel like this is probably them referencing their debut in that sequence where it was going through like the different activations of the little groups of that. Were they doing choreo from different choreos they've already done and they kind of like passing through the ages? Because that would be really good for Jio's part. And they have like the tableaus with it.
Gosh, Mina.
She needs to leave me alone. I love the lighting there, like having like the really warm light, especially with the like black and white for most of it. Ooh, the like diamond imagery. I love that, like the diamond imagery, and like not only because diamonds have a certain like elegance to them, femininity to them, but there's also a lasting element to them. Diamonds are tough, they can cut through glass. There's longevity to diamonds that I love too. I love that like hand detail. Oh my gosh, Nayeon's outfit here. Sana, ma'am, you don't need to be that beautiful. Jonghyun. No. I need them to leave me alone. Remember at the beginning when I was like, this might make me question whether or not I have narrowed down my bias line? This is where they're doing it. They don't need to look that good all the time, and they just keep smiling, and that's enough to make me question. I'm fiddling with my sweater because I'm just like, I don't know what to do with myself. Jonghyun though like made me literally need to take a second, and then Diane just was like, hang on, I can make you question your decisions too. Okay, fine. I really want to see the choreo though because it looks really good. I love how there's parts, it seems like in the verses where there seems to be these really sharp movements and like hard stops, and then it slows down a little bit more, like it smooths out in the chorus, it seems, from what I saw of the choreo. So I love how they're kind of playing with those dynamics, it seems. Don't smile like that, so cute. Momo, don't dance at me. Don't. Okay, I need to watch Momo dance again, okay? I watched her performance video for her birthday and I just haven't quite ever recovered from it. It's shifted the foundation of how I think about Momo. I think you understand. Oh, the water being here too. I like that contrast, like in the visuals too. Suhi's voice here. Was it counting up to the modern day? Oh, see, I wanted that in the choreo. Them actually doing partner work in the choreo. I hope that there's more of that. Them literally interacting with each other in the choreo, and their smiles with each other are so cute. I love it. Also, they just look expensive in this. Maybe that's part of why they're coming for me. There's confidence. They look expensive. They look like they know that they're that group. They know how good they are. And at the same time, they're just being adorable and smiling at each other and having fun. I think that that's part of what's getting me. I've started timed twice. My affection for them is overloading because they're just so cute and having a moment, okay? This comeback is coming from my soul. Don't do that, Dahyun. Go off, Jonghyun. This was really Sana? Like Sana's voice there, like I almost didn't think that it was her because lyric videos aren't always the most accurate in who's singing what part. And I was almost like, that doesn't sound like Sana to me, but Sana's a wild card vocally for me. I don't know why. Whenever I think, okay, this is like a pocket that I know that she can fit in, Sana's like, I got one more trick for you. And then she throws me off. And I don't know why, because I feel like in the early stuff, her voice has such a distinct tone to it that I'm like, oh, that's Sana's voice. Like really early on, I was like, I know when Sana's singing because her voice is like just really distinct tone. But now now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know when she's singing, because she's just like, I'm gonna pull out another trick for you, so you never know. Always keep them guessing. I don't know why. She surprises me consistently. And I don't know if that's just because I don't have the middle part of their career. I just have the debut and then the most recent comebacks. So I don't know like the full transition of her voice. But dang, every time. And I'm almost like, I don't trust it until I see it. And then I'm like, hang on a second. Like holding the diamond too. Oh gosh, she looks lovely. Oh, I love all the magic like feelings. Oh, I love that, like memories. Oh, I love that. I love all of the shots where it's like memories and like them just being together. They're so cute. And like supporting each other, comforting each other. Oh, the timeless. Love that. Ooh, look at the choreo. Oh, smiles. Oh, I love how they all come together at the end. Also, that bridge. I don't know what it is about performances on that bridge, but they always hit. Is that where the performance video is? I know there's a performance video for this song. That makes me a little bit nervous. So I was like, the performance is probably gonna come for me anyway. But if it's on the bridge, I'm gonna need a warning. But overall, I love the color choices they were using. Like early on, the black and white, and then they had the flames, like the different candles, being the focal point, and this really warm orangey red accents, like the red on their outfits too. And then we switched to having like the blue with the diamond that they were holding and the water, and then it kind of all blended together, and they had the purple accents near the end too, so the blue and red together. It's really cool. So this journey throughout like the visuals of it was really good, having them inside for a lot of it, and then when it's timeless, they're outside. They can't be contained within an enclosed space. They need to have the open air for it. So good. Attacked me quite a bit. And I don't know if that's because I'm in too deep now, that I've gotten to the point where I'm just fangirling because it's Twice and they can do like literally nothing and I will lose my mind over it, because that is a point that I hit with most of my groups. Or if it's just something about this comeback. I Got You floored me. I still don't know what is in that song that affects me on a soul level, but there's something about that song. And this song is so much fun. Like, I'm a little bit nervous to get to the full album, because if this is what they're releasing, I don't know if I'm ready for the rest of it, especially since their last comeback that I was a part of. I listen to that EP almost every day. I love it so much. The number of times I have listened to Blame It On Me is an unhealthy amount, to the point where I think like half of the streams out there are probably me. It's probably my fault. So I don't know if I'm ready for what the rest of this album is going to have for me, but I really want to see the choreo. I know there's a performance and I know there's a choreo video. I know there's live performances too. This is going to be a tricky one. Is this what happens now? You get so invested that every comeback is a whole ordeal with Twice, because I feel like people probably tried to warn me, but it wasn't enough. I was not prepared for the depths of my affection. That song is so upbeat and fun. I love it. They sounded great on it. They looked amazing in the MV. I love the imagery of them kind of going through these different phases into this purple mixture with the two colors and then being outside. I really want to know if the choreo kind of pays homage to some of their other choreo, because that's what it felt like. They were kind of progressing through time and going through these like tableaus almost of previous choreo. I wouldn't know all of them because I haven't gotten into all of the things yet for their music, so I don't know all of their greatest hits they might have been referencing in that, but I really want to know if that's what they were doing at that part. If there's any other Easter eggs throughout it that are nods to other things that they've released, that would be really cool to have almost like time capsule of what they've done up to this point. And it very much feels like this is them stepping into a new era, not just a new era because it's a new comeback and they always kind of have this feeling of a fresh start to them, but it feels like they're stepping into a new era of them, and that makes me really excited. I know I haven't been a Once for very long, but it makes me excited that they seem to be just so like confident and comfortable in themselves and have grown so much. And again, I know I'm missing missing a huge chunk of their career in the middle, but seeing where they started and where they are now, they've grown so much into who they are, and part of that's just like growing up and going through all the growing pains of being a group and going through all the things that I'm sure that they've gone through and getting to the other side and still being together. And I think also just getting older and being more confident in yourself. Every year I get more and more comfortable with who I am, and I've heard that just kind of becomes more and more as you get older. Like, people say you hit 30, you just stop caring about what other people think. I don't know that yet, but it seems like they're getting to that point where they know how successful and talented they are, and that makes them just so much more at peace with being able to do whatever they want and being who they are. And I saw that a little bit with their previous comeback, but this one, it just feels less like they're trying to prove it, and it feels more like they just are, right? With Set Me Free, it was them like almost feeling like they had to prove that they could be whoever they wanted to be and they could do whatever they wanted. And then in this comeback, it feels more like they just are, and they're like, you can either be okay with it or you cannot be okay with it. Doesn't matter. I said in my reaction for their previous album that like it felt like they were just kind of like in their own bubble with Once, and they weren't really paying attention to anyone else, whereas this one really feels like they're just themselves. Once, we're happy to be here, we love being here and being included, but this really feels like Twice is making stuff for each other to make each other happy, and we're just blessed enough to get to see it, to be a part of it in some way. That's just what it feels like to me, and I love that for them. But I really need to check out maybe the performance. I'm a little bit scared of it, not gonna lie, the choreo and all that, and catch up on a bunch of things with Twice. But I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post a Twice reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.